This video explains how to calculate the variance by groups in a pandas data frame using the Python programming language. So without too much talk, let's dive into the Python code. In this video, I will show you an example, and for this example, we first need to import the pandas library, as you can see in the first line of code. And then we also need to create an example data frame using the data frame constructor, as you can see in the second code box. So after running these lines of code, a new data set called data is created, and we can print this data frame using the print function. And then you can see that we have created a new data set which contains 11 rows and the 5 columns x1, x2, x3, group 1 and group 2, whereby the first 3 columns contain numeric values and the columns group 1 and group 2 are group and subgroup indicators. So let's assume that we want to calculate the variance by group based on the column group 1. Then we can apply the groupby function, as you can see in the third code box. And within the groupby function, we need to specify the name of the column that we want to use to group our data. So in this case, this column is called group 1. And then we need to apply the var function to calculate the variance by group. So after running this line of code, a new output is returned, which contains the variance by group. So in this case, by the groups A and B for each of the numeric columns in our data set. So for instance, the variance of the column x1 for the group A is equal to 12.56. It's also possible to calculate the variance based on multiple groups, as you can see in the next line of code. So in order to do that, we once again have to apply the groupby function. However, this time we have to specify a list of grouping columns within the groupby function. So in this case, we want to group our data based on the columns group 1 and group 2. And then once again, we need to apply the var function as we already did in the previous line of code. So after running this line of code, another output is returned at the bottom. And as you can see, in this case, we have grouped our data based on the columns group 1 and group 2. And you can see that a variance is calculated for each of our numeric columns. So for instance, the variance of the column x1 in the main group uppercase A and the subgroup lowercase a is equal to the value 19. That's all I wanted to explain in this video. In case you want to learn more on this topic, you may check out my homepage statisticsglobe.com, because on my homepage I have recently published a tutorial in which I'm explaining the content of this video in some more detail. I will put a link to this tutorial into the description of the video, so you can find it there. If you have liked this video or if you have any questions, let me know in the comments section below. I'll try to respond to all comments as soon as I can. Furthermore, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel to get notified about future video releases. I have already published about 500 videos on this channel, and I'm releasing new videos on a daily basis. Thanks a lot for watching. See you in the next video.